What up, world? It's your boy Chuck Wick, aka Challz Brown, back again with another Talking Facts. But first, I want to ask you, are you good? You sure you're good? If you're good, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification so you can get all the updates on the upcoming episodes, all right? All right, man, what does this mean? Your boy Joe Budden has once again done something online that he probably shouldn't have said and done, but he said that he has, at this point, declared bankruptcy. Now, it was a few days ago that he said on the podcast that he declared bankruptcy, and I think a lot of people missed that. I don't know if they thought it was a joke or what have you. So let's unpack this. So if Joe Budden declared bankruptcy and he's broke, like he said, I have no money, you know, that's what people do, like 50 Cent, Diddy, Trump. A lot of people will declare bankruptcy to avoid paying somebody back, right? So you're going to say, well, why would he need to not pay somebody back? Who does he owe? Why would he owe somebody? This is Joe Budden. He's making millions of dollars with all these deals. We all know he's not broke. Let's just stop that right there. Him saying he's broke is just so when they go to court, he could just say, I'm broke, like what 50 Cent was doing, right? But we know he's not broke. But when you dig deeper, apparently, now I haven't confirmed this, but apparently they're saying that he didn't file under his personal name. He filed under the podcast name for bankruptcy. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I was led to believe when I read various different reports of the situation. So apparently, if you're filing bankruptcy under the podcast, you're trying to stop someone from collecting money from you, right? Who would possibly be able to collect money from Joe Budden podcast at this point, other than Rory and Maul? Now, let's say for shits and giggles, why would he owe them if he claims he been paying them all along and he been overpaying? Why would he declare bankruptcy? They haven't even gone to court. They haven't even opened up a case on them yet. So what do you think he's trying to jump in front of? Like, what do you think he's trying to avoid or supersede? Like, what is he trying to stop from happening by filing bankruptcy this early in the game? They ain't been gone but a few weeks. It ain't been like a year and all of these different lawsuits are starting to pop up. No, this is early in the game. So what are you afraid of at this point, this early in the game, that might be dug up, that you're going to end up having to pay something? You know what I'm saying? So when I see someone declaring bankruptcy for something that hasn't even happened yet, because you know the podcast ain't bankrupt. So what could have possibly happened that now you need to go and file bankruptcy to protect your assets? The only thing that could have possibly happened is, you know, the writings on the wall that these guys are coming for their money and they're going to get it. Now, it's another way to look at it is, if you're going to declare bankruptcy just so you don't got to pay these guys, that's super petty. They didn't walk away, you fired them, remember? You didn't walk away, you fired them. So at that point, they are owed whatever is due. And under the guise of, those are my boys, I hope they do well, I wish them the best. How is it the best if you're going to declare bankruptcy and not pay them what you owe them? That would mean for years they've been getting stiffed on something. And for years they're owed something that's significant, a significant amount, apparently, if you're going to declare bankruptcy, that whatever they're looking for could shut your company down. That's a significant amount of money. So to declare bankruptcy would mean to say the business is done, right? That business is done. I need time to get my affairs, and I need time to start to try to decide where my creditors are, who they are, and how much I actually can give them, if at all anything, right? So who are the creditors? What are we talking about? If they've been fairly paid all these years, and they've been fairly treated all these years, and everything has been on the up and up all these years, and the accounting is perfect, and all of this stuff, these guys were just getting ahead of themselves, and these guys were out of pocket, out of line, and They thought it was a friendship, but it was business, and you handled all the business. Where will we be getting this notion that some money is going to be taken from the pod to give to these guys? That's the only people that you could be hiding the money from. So as a result of this, you would have to go and say at some point, this is super shady. This is not fun. This is not funny. This ain't, oh, here we go, Joe doing his, this not something that you're going to applaud. This is not cool, because at the end of the day, you're burning Rory and Maul to try to not pay them for whatever reason. They worked on this thing just as long as you. Why would they have to now fight in court for money you said they already had? You're declaring bankruptcy before they even saying how much you're supposed to give them. Now they can't see the books, apparently. But I'm sure they legally, I'm sure there's some kind of way that this is gonna happen anyway. I just don't see that I don't see that it comes to a point where they get nothing just because you filed bankruptcy. I don't see that happening. But it's going to protect them to a degree. And I think that when they actually start coming out with the numbers, it's going to be astonishing. It's going to be astonishing. It's going to be a significant amount of money. And I would not be surprised if there's some kind of settlement behind closed doors that they can't discuss. We'll see what happens, but I think it's going to be a significant amount of money that he's going to be required to pay them. I think whenever he does address it, which will be very little, he may hide behind a sealed court record or something, or he may just dance around the subject and try to spin it a certain kind of way. You know what I'm saying? So either way, we may get an abbreviated version, or we may get the full version. But I don't think we're going to ever have a point where the whole story is told, right? I don't think that everything that he has done will come to light with these guys. By him already trying to hide the money from them is telling you there's a lot that he's not saying to you as a fan. And there's a lot that he owes these guys, because he's already trying to shuffle around and do legal maneuvers to stop them and block them. In his mind, he's probably like, I'm not ever going to give you a penny, right? But that's the same thing Game thought when this girl sued him. And now it's up to $6 million with this girl, with Game. So this is not going to be a thing that's going to go away, right? Because as long as you're making money, at some point they can come back. We'll see what happens. I don't believe that Budden has been on the up and up with these guys for a very long time. And I think they smelled the rat for a while. But when you think someone's your man, you tend to look the other way. And I think that they were concentrating on the content of the show, just doing the daily show, just doing, you know, whatever they had to do to make it work. From my understanding, there are 50 people working at this show. Why you need 50 people at a podcast, I have no idea. But apparently they have a big crew, a massive thing going on over there. So it's probably distracting and very time consuming just to put the show together, let alone worrying about money in the background. So we will see where this goes. We will see if he actually indeed continues to hide these different accounts and trying to make it like these guys are employees that got more than they were worth, and we'll see. And with that being said, I'm going to sign off, but I'll hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, get in the comments and let me know what you think. Is he hiding this money from these guys? Do you see a big lawsuit coming, or do you think they just drop it, move on because they're sick of it? You let me know what you think in the comments, man. I personally think they're coming. I think their lawyers are coming. I think that it's going to take about 2 or 3 years to unravel all of it. And I do think that he will pay some money at some point. There will be a settlement. There will be a settlement. That's what his lawyers are going to advise him to do, because it just makes perfect sense to just get it over with, move on, and don't discuss it anymore, because you're making yourself look worse. I know he lost a lot of fans and some sponsorships. I believe, what was it, Cash App walked away, which is a major deal. So we'll see what happens. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. I'm gonna catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.